If you would have told me 4 months ago that starting your own Etsy shop with homemade items was nearly impossible, I would have laughed. But here I am 4 months later, and I am not laughing because, oh my god, it's hard as fuck, y'all. Literally today is the day that I finally ironed out all the issues, all the kinks. For now, there's still a little bit, tweaking, but I have an Etsy shop. Well, I started my Etsy shop I think a few months ago, but I was ordering my stickers, which is what I make. I make stickers, but I was ordering them through a website. I wasn't doing it at home or anything, which is what I really wanted to do. I think it's really fun to do it at home, and I was like, I want to do it, and I did all the research. My husband Jeffrey has helped me out so much. I honestly wouldn't be able to do it without him. The trials and errors that we went through almost fucking broke me. I almost gave up so many times. So I would say like the beginning of this year, I knew I wanted to do something with my art. If it was selling prints, I thought about making like stationery and calling it like Polly's Post, which is like still such a cute name. If your name is Polly out there and you make stationery, please call it Polly's Post because it's adorable. But I finally settled on the idea of taking my artwork and turning it into stickers, because stickers are cute, they're fun. I know I spend a lot of money on stickers for stuff, so I thought, why not make my own, Can't be that hard. Thousands of people do it, it's so easy. So it basically all started with like research on materials and the world of paper. I never knew how crazy and complicated it was, but oh my god. I think getting the paper alone, like we found the right like vinyl sticker paper. I think that alone maybe took us a month. Like we had ordered probably over like 15 different like companies and brands of sticker paper, and we finally settled on one. And I love it. It's perfect. We were trying to compare it to stickers that I bought from an online company. We were like, we want it really close to this. We love how this feels. So it took us about a month to find the paper that we were happy with, which is insane. That's absolutely crazy to me. And then we went to go through to laminate it, and that was a mess. Bought a laminating machine, returned it. Bought laminating sheets, hated them. I was like, this is so stupid. Because like all the laminating stuff, it felt like crinkly, just like nasty see-through paper. That's what it felt like. And I was like, no, I want it to feel like, what I had compared it to is like, my first job was at Subway, and we would put the decals on the windows. And I was like, I want it to feel like window decals. It was like the closest thing I could think of. It's got like a nice stretch to it. It's like durable. It doesn't fade. So I was like looking up like decal places here in Boston. I was like, I'm just going to email these people and be like, what do you use? Tell me. I finally found a brand I absolutely loved. I ordered like one sheet of it. And I was like, you know what? I fucking love this. This is absolutely perfect. So that it's weird because like when you go to their website and stuff, it's like you're buying it for a business and you can only buy it in bulk, which is fine. I need it in bulk. Oh my god, I completely forgot that another thing that took like probably 2 months was finding the right printer. Like I thought the paper world was difficult. Oh my god, the printer world is so difficult. Like first we had to settle if we wanted a laser or an inkjet printer. I think we have an inkjet now, and then we were like, okay, do we want like a tank system, or do we want the cartridges? Like which one do we want? And like we were on Consumer Reports like every day looking at every single printer brand. We were on Reddit of other people who print their own stickers. We were on YouTube. We were looking up everything. And we bought a printer, we returned it. We tried to use the one we already had, and it was okay. It kind of like fucked with the color though. They made them like super saturated, and I was like, that's not good enough. So I now have a Canon Pixma. It's great. It had like some bad reviews on Consumer Reports, which is what I didn't really understand because I have not had an issue with it. Production wise, it's a printer. we did have an issue where we were like calibrating it or whatever, I can't remember, and I hit the button like a million times, and then we spent the next 30 minutes just like watching sheets shooting out. It was a mess. But yeah, I have a Canon Pixma now. We went to Best Buy, we went to Micro Center, we went to Staples. I actually ended up getting it at Target. Thank God. Got 5% off on my Target card. We started out like testing certain things. Like we printed the same thing on like all the different brands of paper we had, and then we would take those papers, let them sit for like 24 hours, and then we would like run them all underwater and like see which one was like waterproof, which one wasn't, and then we would like scratch at them with our nails and see which one was like the most scratch resistant, and then we would like stretch them and stuff, and all of that took forever. It took a lot of ink, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it was just like pages upon pages upon pages of like the same thing, and I was so tired. I was like, I'm gonna end up hating all of my artwork by the time we're done with this, because I just can't stand staring at it all day, you know? So a fault of mine is that if I'm not perfect at it at first, I'm awful at it, and I'm never gonna be good at it. So when it came down to like quality of the stickers, I was like, I'm not gonna do anything until I'm happy with like the quality, because like I've bought stuff off Etsy before, and when I get the product, I'm like, I wouldn't have sent this. I wouldn't have sold this. Like I have some earrings that are like hand painted, which are great, but they're not painted on the back. The back is just like, I'm assuming, which is like acrylic. And I'm like, I wouldn't have sold that. I would have painted all the way around that earring and like varnished it and like, you know, made sure it was perfect. But like, I know not everyone is like that, and it's a huge fault of mine. I'm like that with everything. So I think that's honestly why it took so long to figure all of this out, because like we would find like a good paper and we would find like a good laminate. My husband would be like, well, are you happy with this? And I'm like, I like it, but I don't love it, and that's not good enough. It needs to be something that like I would buy. And I think they're up to my standards. Hopefully they're up to other people's standards. I have 3 stickers posted now, and I'm just waiting for that like first purchase and like first review to really get the ball rolling, because like as an Etsy shopper, I'm like, someone made their store this year, they have no sales and they have no reviews, I'm not gonna buy from them. Which I know I should probably be better at, but I know a lot of people are like that when it comes to making or buying like homemade things, especially selling my art, which is really weird to think about. When I get like a better camera, which I'm saving up for, I am gonna film like the whole process of like making the stickers, using my Cricut. That's another thing I forgot to mention. We bought like a Cricut. Oh my god, I forgot all about this. This is like so typical for me. Like, I don't know what it is. I must have like something in my body, in my blood, something that just makes electronics not work around me. Like every electronic that I've owned has like always had some kind of issue. It's always glitchy, choppy, slow, you name it. So we go to Michael's and we buy a brand new Cricut machine, and right off the bat we're having issues, which I'm like, that's weird. That's really strange, because vinyl paper is thicker and it like wasn't cutting all the way through the paper. It was like destroying it. Like would cut the mat sometimes and not the paper, or sometimes it would cut the mat and the paper. Like its little like light measurement thing was off, and that was super annoying. I wanted to throw away that Cricut so many times. Like 72 hours ago, I was thinking about just like throwing that Cricut off our balcony. I hated it. I was so mad at it. And then we got all of that figured out. We like calibrated it and all that, and it helped with like it cutting on the mat and like cutting like inches away from where the actual design was. Except now it was cutting like the shape of the design, but it was cutting into the design, which I was like, well, that's cute. You're gonna get like half a sticker, cool. So we tried to calibrate it again, and we did like a deeper type and like a more advanced whatever, and we did it 3 times. And then I got prompted to contact Cricut, and they gave me like a reference number, which I actually like never got around doing because I found someone on Reddit that had the same exact issue. They had put like what they did, which was like forcing a firmware update. Like you had to unplug your Cricut, hold down the power button, plug your Cricut back in, and like go into the design space and like firmware update it, and it was like this whole process. It was a mess. And then they were like, if you need to recalibrate it, and I had to recalibrate it a couple times, and it's still not perfect. It cuts a little bit more to the left, which is something I'm not even gonna worry about right now. Not to throw myself like a pity party or anything, but like everything I do just turns into like a giant like disaster. It seems like anything that I try to do is like 10 times harder than it should be because stuff just keeps going wrong. Again, I think it's because I break electronics. I don't know how. I don't know what's going on there. Like, am I like special? I don't know. But yeah, so like this on top of like this past year, I don't know. I think everything was just like piling on, and like when this wasn't working, I was like, it shouldn't be this hard to make your own products. I watch videos and people are having like a time of their lives figuring out everything's going smoothly, they have no issues. Then I'm over here like my printer's not working, my Cricut's not working, I can't find paper, like it was just a fucking mess. But now I am like a pro at like vinyl paper and decals and like a laminate and all that, and now I am tackling the software of Cricut, which is garbage. Yeah, I think it's because I have to do stuff 150%. I have to know everything about it at first. And I think I just like end up overloading my brain, and it's just like an absolute mess. It's just like a whirlpool of everything just like swirling around. But yeah, I have my own Etsy shop with my own stickers that are all original artwork. Except I do have like, you know, I drew like Totoro and Ponyo and Bojack Horseman, you know, and SpongeBob. I have some of those, but the rest of them are like original artwork by me. Wow. This is an example of 2. These are my little mushroom houses, and this is like, honestly, one of my absolute favorite things I have ever drawn is this one. Just like ghosts waiting at a bus stop on their way to work. I would honestly get that tattooed on me because I love it. It's adorable. Whoever watches this wants to support a fucking like micro business, feel free. I'll have it linked, and then I'll also like, you know, I'll try to link all the materials and stuff that I use so that hopefully if someone watches this and they're doing the same thing, I can help, because I vouch 100% for the products I use. This is not sponsored. Like I'm too small of a channel to have sponsors, so I paid for it all my own money, trial and error. I went through so many, and I finally found the ones that work. Check out the products that I've listed because I think they're amazing. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. This is like kind of my story time rant about starting an Etsy shop because it's impossible.